There's a kind of pain in life that's unavoidable. Grief when someone dies, disappointment when something doesn't go the way you hoped, sadness when a relationship changes. That's what we call clean pain. But there's another kind of pain we add on top. The stories, the judgment, the resistance, and that's what creates dirty pain. Clean pain is what comes from just being human. Dirty pain is what comes from fighting that clean pain. Today we are going to talk about the difference between those two, why your brain naturally makes things harder than they have to be, and how to start separating clean pain from dirty pain so you can actually move through emotions instead of getting stuck in them. And stick to the end so you can grab a free resource that will help you with this. Welcome to Feel Better, Live Better. I'm your host, Stephanie Bridges, and each week we talk about simple ways to fuel your body, free your mind, and create the energy and confidence you need to live well. Let's get started. So let's start with clean pain. Clean pain is what's real. It's the sadness when something genuinely hurts. It's the fear when you're facing the unknown. It's the disappointment when something important to you doesn't work out. It's honest. It's how most humans would feel if that happened. Clean pain comes from the facts of a situation, not the thoughts about it. So, for example, if someone you love passes away, clean pain sounds like, I miss them. I wish they were here, and I'm hurting and sad right now. It's simply the way we would naturally feel. It's not layered with this shouldn't have happened or I'll never be happy again. Those are thoughts that move us into dirty pain. Clean pain has movement. It's cathartic. You can cry, talk about it, feel it in your body, and eventually it starts to shift and move through you. When we allow the clean pain, we actually heal faster because our brain and body get to complete the process of feeling and releasing and integrating that experience. And so when we talk about dirty pain, that's the kind of pain that keeps us stuck. Dirty pain is the suffering we create on top of what's already painful. It's the part that says, this isn't fair. It shouldn't be this way. I shouldn't have to go through this. They shouldn't have done that. It's the story we tell about why the pain exists or what it means about us. When someone forgets to call you back, the clean pain might be, I feel really disappointed right now. But the dirty pain is when we turn it into, they don't care about me. I must not matter. Maybe your daughter slams her door and says she hates you. The clean pain is, wow, that really hurt to hear her say that. But the dirty pain is, I must be a horrible mom. Do you see the difference? One is truth, that it really hurt to hear that, and the other one is optional and actually adds to the pain that we're already feeling. Dirty pain always feels heavier because it's layered with that judgment and resistance. It's the part that says, I shouldn't be sad, or this shouldn't bother me, or I should be over this by now, or it's where we go into the shame and the blame. When we're in dirty pain, we start trying to solve the emotion instead of feeling it. We buffer, we overanalyze, we shut down, we look for someone to blame, including ourselves. but all that does is keeps the pain stuck. So why do we do this? Why do we hang on to stories that make things worse? It's because our brains are trying to protect us. Clean pain is an honest emotion, but it's also very vulnerable. It requires surrendering and just sitting in a feeling, and that can feel really scary. We worry that if we feel it, maybe it will never go away. And your brain does not like that. It wants control. It wants to label things so it can predict them. So when something painful happens, your brain rushes in with stories, with blame and guilt and what ifs, because that feels safer than simply feeling it. The problem is those stories don't bring us peace. They keep us in resistance and they add more emotion on top of an already hard situation. Clean pain is kind of like a passing thunderstorm. It moves through, it clears the air, while dirty pain is like you're standing outside shaking your fist at the sky and saying, "You should stop raining." And when you do that, you just end up cold and exhausted and soaking wet, and you don't even stop the rain. So when we stay in dirty pain, we're actually avoiding vulnerability. The vulnerability of feeling something clean and raw and real. So I want to show you some examples of clean pain versus dirty pain so you can start spotting those in your own life. So say a friend cancels your plans together. Clean pain would be, I feel disappointed. I was really looking forward to that. The dirty pain says, she always cancels on me. I don't think I'm even important to her. Do you see how one is the real truth of how you're feeling and the other one is a story that you're making up and you don't even know exactly what's going on in her mind? Say you overeat when you promised yourself that you wouldn't. The clean pain is, oh, my stomach feels really uncomfortable. I wish that I hadn't eaten all that. And the dirty pain is when you say to yourself, what is wrong with me? I have no self-control. I am such a mess. When your child gets a bad grade, the clean pain would be, this is really concerning. I wonder what is going on. And the dirty pain turns into, they're going to fail and then they're going to drop out and they're going to ruin their life and I must be a terrible mom. Or an example in your business might be you put out an offer and then you get crickets. The clean pain is, that's really disappointing. I wanted it to work. I wonder how I can change this up. The dirty pain would be, it's never going to work. I should just quit. Nobody wants what I have. So the clean pain allows compassion and the dirty pain piles on the shame. The good news is that you can catch it. You can pause and ask, what's natural to feel here? And what's the story that I'm adding on top? So how do you actually make that shift? Well, okay, step one, we want to name it. When you're in pain, just pause and ask, is this clean pain or is this dirty pain? If it's clean pain, you want to feel it and let the emotion pass through you. If it's dirty pain, you can question it and ask, what else could be true? And that's going to lead straight to step two, which is drop the judgment. Let yourself feel the emotion without that extra story. It makes sense that I feel sad. It's okay that I feel disappointed. This stops your brain from fighting the emotion. And that's step three, just allowing the feeling, letting it move through your body. Clean pain feels heavy, but it's clean. It passes when you stop resisting it. So each time it comes up, just let it be there and acknowledge it. Step 4 is we want to find the thought creating the dirty pain. So ask yourself, what am I making this mean? Whatever story comes up, that's the thoughts causing the suffering. It isn't what's actually happened. It's your thoughts about what happened. And then finally, step 5 is to practice compassion. You don't have to rush out of clean pain. Let it be there. You can comfort yourself without trying to fix it. All right, so let's do our subconscious release for today. If you have never done this with me before, it's super easy. I'm going to say deep breath in. You'll take a breath in. I'll say the statement. You repeat it silently in your mind, and then you can breathe out. And that's all there is to it. All right, so deep breath in. I release all fear with feeling emotional means something is wrong with me. Deep breath in. I release all shame with feeling emotional means something is wrong with me. Deep breath in. I release all judgment with feeling emotional means something is wrong with me. Deep breath in. I release all blocks to self-love with feeling emotional means something is wrong with me. Deep breath in. I release all blocks to compassion with feeling emotional means something is wrong with me. And deep breath in and out. Deep breath in. I release all terror with if I let myself feel this, it will never stop. Deep breath in. I release all uncertainty with if I let myself feel this, it will never stop. Deep breath in. I release all stress with if I let myself feel this, it will never stop. Deep breath in. I release all resistance with if I let myself feel this, it will never stop. Deep breath in. I release all blocks to feeling with if I let myself feel this, it will never stop. Deep breath in. I release all blocks to letting go with if I let myself feel this, it will never stop. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in. I release all punishment with pain feels like I'm failing. Deep breath in. I release all pressure with pain feels like I'm failing. Deep breath in. I release all anger with pain feels like I'm failing. Deep breath in. I release all guilt with pain feels like I'm failing. Deep breath in. I release all blocks to safety with pain feels like I'm failing. And deep breath in. I release all blocks to understanding with pain feels like I'm failing. And deep breath in and out. All right, I've got a fill up here for you. So do this the same way. Deep breath in. I'm so happy and grateful. I am safe to feel my emotions. Pain is part of being human, and I can move through it with grace and compassion. And deep breath in and out. So when you start allowing clean pain instead of spinning in dirty pain, you stop fighting reality. You stop needing everyone else to behave differently just so you can feel better. You learn that feeling bad isn't a problem. It's part of this human experience. Clean pain connects you with yourself. It teaches you empathy. It makes you stronger and calmer and more grounded. While dirty pain disconnects you and it traps you in shame and blame. When you shift from dirty pain to clean pain, you open the door to healing. You stop resisting and start releasing those emotions that tend to stay stuck inside of us. So here's what I want you to do this week. When something feels painful, pause and ask, is this clean pain or dirty pain? If it's clean pain, allow it even if it feels scary. I always say the worst thing that can happen is I have to feel a negative emotion. If it's dirty pain, find the story that you're adding on top and just question it. The goal isn't to feel happy all the time. The goal is to stop creating unnecessary suffering. Because when you allow yourself to experience clean pain, the kind that's real and human, you build resilience and peace and trust within yourself. You learn that you can handle life, all of it, the joy, the pain, and everything in between. So I want you to go grab my free guide. It's called Feel It to Heal It. And I walk you through this process. You can use it over and over again. So just go to my website, livingthebestyou.com/feel. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me today on Feel Better, Live Better. If you're ready to take the next step, be sure to go to my website, livingthebestyou.com. You'll find free resources and the support you need to accomplish your goals. And if this podcast connects some dots for you, please follow and share with a friend. Until next time, remember, when you feel better, you really do live better.